What's going on YouTube? This your boy, the king of all media, aka Devo. I I wasn't gonna make a video about this, but it sort of kind of came up last night. I was in class last night, and well, about a week or so ago, I had to write a paper about a argumentative subject. And I'm sitting there trying to ponder, like, what should I write about? I didn't know exactly what to write about. And a little light bulb popped on in my head, said, ding, write about gay marriage. That's a big topic, especially right now in the past few years, and all around the world. It's something that the gay community is dealing with right now. We're trying to basically persuade a lot of the states and the governments to legalize gay marriage. And you know, I don't think that it's a bad thing at all for us to be able to marry who we want to. But that's I'm not gonna get into it, but I had to write a paper, and I did good on the paper. So last night was my last night in that specific writing class, and we had to pick any paper that we have ever wrote in that class and read it to the class. At first I was going to do another paper because overall I wanted to read my paper that's entitled Gays versus the World, but I didn't know how my classmates would take something like that. So the whole time I'm going back and forth, and then it came down to my turn to read, and I'm like, quickly, you have to make a decision which one you're going to read, and I decided to read my Gays versus the World paper. And the reason why I chose to read that one was, that whole phrase, if you don't stand for something, you'll fall for anything. It just popped on in my head, and I'm choosing to take a stand against something that I believe in and that I feel as though is a strong and dear topic to my heart. But I'm going to read this paper to you guys, and I hope you guys like it. Please comment. Tell me your views on this. Negative comment, positive comment. Video responses are welcome, so I hope you guys like it. It's entitled Gays versus the World. For the past few years, there have been big opinions on if homosexual people should be allowed to marry the same sex. There are thousands of people who believe that two men or two women should not be able to marry one another. The people who are against this type of matrimony say that it's against many religions and that it is also a sin for two people of the same sex to be sexually involved together. These same people are against the whole gay community altogether, not just the fact that they want to marry their partner like a normal heterosexual couple. They overall say that it is a abomination against God. I do understand completely that in most religions they feel as though it is something that should not happen. But I still feel that all people should be treated equally regardless of how they choose to live their own lives. Many people think that a homosexual marriage is just as natural and humanly right just as a heterosexual marriage is, and it deserves to be acknowledged in the same way. For the past few years, homosexual groups and the government have been fighting verbally on whether gay marriage should be legalized. A few states have passed the law allowing gay marriage to happen, but there are a lot more who refuse to budge on the issue. I am a person who is a part of the gay community, and many people have asked, why does it matter what people choose to do with their own lives? I have yet to find anyone who can give me an honest answer besides only saying it's just not right. I try to understand why people try so hard to make us as homosexuals feel less of a human being just because they do not agree with our so-called lifestyle. Regardless if we are heterosexual, homosexual, or transgender, we all deserve the same opportunities as the rest of the world. The heterosexual says that marrying the same sex is not a respectable way to live. But is it respectable that over the years many homosexuals have died at the hand of hatred by heterosexuals? I can honestly admit that in today's times, being an openly gay individual has been more accepting than it has ever been. So that lets me know that the gay community is being heard and the message is beginning to reach a lot of people. I have tried my best to fully understand why it's so hard for people to not allow homosexuals to marry their soulmate, but I cannot figure out a good explanation for why we cannot choose to live a happy life and marry the one we want to spend the rest of our lives with. Maybe it will never get to the point where it will completely be accepted, and a part of me is happy with that. But most of all, the people who are downgrading themselves, but most of all, the people who are downgrading these type of people and making them feel non-human need to stop pointing the finger, because we all have flaws. It seems a lot of people do not know the meaning of equal rights, which is denying marriage to same-sex couples removes from one group a fundamental important human right, the right to marry the person that one loves and to whom one has made a commitment. This is unfair and unjust in a democracy. From my understanding, it means that no matter who agrees or disagrees, everyone should have the right to marry whomever they choose to. That was my paper. It's funny because I never knew what this topic really meant to me until last night in class, and I was reading it out loud, and I started to get teary-eyed, and I didn't want to cry, but I did want to cry so that they could see that no matter how anybody choose their lifestyle or choose to live, that we are all human, we all have feelings, and we all deserve to be respected no matter what. It's to me, it's baffling how people are so worried about what others are doing within their own lives, and just telling someone that they can't marry someone they want to marry and choose to live with for the rest of their lives. It's just crazy. I don't understand this world. It's so many people out there trying to play the judge, the quote-unquote judge, and to me there's only one person that can play judge, and that's God. So for anybody who is going to sit back and watch this video and who are going to have negative comments, there's nothing you can say. You're not the judge. You can have your opinions, and that's okay, but remember that you cannot sit back and play God. You can't. So with all of that said, I hope that what I read and what I had to say touches somebody out there to allow them to stand up for whatever they believe in, regardless of thousands of other people who are around you saying that, no, you can't stand up for this, no, this is not right. It only takes one person to stand up for something that they believe in. And if you are that person, there's going to be millions of other people who are going to stand up behind you and have your back. Thank you.